There's something different about this Montreal Canadiens team right now, as not only is Patrik Laine single-handedly carrying the offense with his second goal, the whole team, including their defense, notably Jake Evans, stepping up big time as the Habs shut out the Nashville Predators behind a great performance from Sam Montembeault. There's a lot of impact that is felt by Patrik Laine, not only on the offense, but how it helps the defense as well, Jesse. There's a ton of stuff we got to get into. Plus, a quote from Juraj Slafkovsky and how management had a stern talking to with him, and an interesting note on Oliver Kapanen, our boy over in the SHL. So stick around for this episode of Habs Digest. Jesse, I want to start with our boy Oliver Kapanen. As we all know, he was sent back to the SHL recently, and, well, he's been performing pretty well so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to see him, and you got to feel like his time in Canada will be coming. It's not this year as hope, maybe for him, but probably for next year. And you got to feel that he's going to be looking up Rentals.ca when it's that time.
You know that. I mean, when he needs to find an apartment, there's no better place than Rentals.ca, who are a proud supporter of Team Canada and of Habs Digest. They're helping all kinds of Canadians, thousands, find their home ice all across the country.
Yeah, whether it's Edmonton, whether it's Vancouver, Ottawa, name your favorite city in Canada, Rentals.ca has you covered. They have the best listings coast to coast on their amazing website. Clean and easy to use is really what their website is. You can find amazing neighborhoods of your choosing in the city and find amazing listings right there.
Thank you so much to Rentals.ca. You guys know we love the product. We use Rentals.ca, and I hope you guys do too. So if you want to find your new home ice, check out their website in the link down below, in the pinned comment, or in the description. Thank you very much, Rentals.ca, for supporting us and Team Canada and you guys for finding your next home ice. Jesse, let's continue on the Oliver Kapanen talk here, because my gosh, this guy has been so good so far. He's got the 0.75 points per game, scoring his first goal today in Timra's game against Brinas. He has 6 points in 8 games. I mean, this Habs lineup is looking dangerous now, but we know we got guys like Dvorak who's going to be gone. Jake Evans still up in the air. I mean, he is an unrestricted free agent. I think Oliver Kapanen's doing the work that he needs to do to be able to step into one of those bottom 6 center spots very soon.
Those young guys panning out, whether it's through drafting here, as we see, or Heideman, it kind of got like Heideman with trade. I don't know. Just when I'm thinking of Kapanen these days, just as we're seeing like Heideman kind of flourish a little bit, I feel like with Oliver Kapanen, it might be a little bit the same story. He might need a couple kind of kicks in the can at the NHL, getting that experience like Heideman did. He'd get a couple games. Okay, went back into development league, kind of work on it, and kind of come back. So I can see very much this thing is like, we know the potential is there, the offensive skills. It's about getting that size and just growing what he's naturally doing right now. So nice to see him to off such a great start.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update, because this guy, we haven't really spoken much about him since he left for the SHL, since the Habs sent him back over, but he's looking good. I'm really excited to see what's coming next for Oliver Kapanen. Our boy, he's doing great. But I do want to move on to a thing about Juraj Slafkovsky. We'll get into Patrik Laine in just a minute, don't you worry. But there was a quote from a recent article from Arber, which I will link down below, from The Athletic, talking about a lot of things, Laine, but one particular part caught our eye, Jesse, and that has to do with Slafkovsky, because the Habs were off Monday after playing back-to-backs in the weekend, but not everyone was off, because Slaf had an important meeting. His numbers haven't been bad, but his play on the ice wasn't really living up to his potential, and his game really wasn't changing. And Slaf said, how do I say it? Well, I got yesterday from someone in the organization. I kind of had to wake up. Sometimes it's good to have meetings where you face the truth. I feel like it's only going to get better from here, from now, if I do what I did today, get more touches, more shots, hopefully some points. He said Marty tells him every day, but he went on, Jesse, to reluctantly reveal it was Kent Hughes who got Slaf in the office to talk to him about his play. And over the last 2 games, there's been a stark contrast. And we thought maybe it was because he was playing on a line with Laine, really trying to get Laine those points, whatever. Maybe that did play a role, but also when Habs brass is coming down on you saying, listen, we signed you to this deal, you got to be something better. That means a lot. And my gosh, has he ever been showing it? He has looked like a force recently.
And we're not just seeing that tough love from Marty, but from Kent Hughes, surprisingly enough, who I kind of had my suspicions that maybe he would be on it, from the marching orders from Jeff Gordon as well, because we saw that he wasn't too happy with some of the Habs performances, maybe some other things of late. I just find it so great that they have kind of the courage to have these conversations, not just the head coach, but Kent getting involved as well. We know the great relationships he can have with players, but sometimes having those frank discussions, and Slaf, of course, responding in the way that he is with such maturity, which is just so incredible to know, kind of reminding me of Demidov as well, of just, being the big man, like being able to take that advice when you kind of come and just say, yeah, I got to work, I got to train harder. And he's absolutely right. I love to hear Slaf saying right here, like, yeah, if I continue to play this way, I continue to play a little bit more heavier, get involved, I'm going to have success. great to hear that, because that's absolutely what is going to work for him going forward.
I'm really excited to see how he progresses going forward, because right now he's gone back to, like, all of a sudden, like the snap of my finger, the last 2 games he's been winning board battles like crazy, ones where like he's not even in the play and he somehow comes out of it with the puck. It's crazy. He's playing really good hockey alongside Laine and Dach. Dach maybe needs to step up a bit more, but Slaf, glad to hear he took those words to heart. He's working his butt off and is looking good on the ice. But Jesse, we got to talk about this game. My gosh, that's the wrong picture, but just that's for your viewing pleasure there. Let's keep the box score up here. What? I forgot I had that. That was a good segue into this game. Just looking at the box score. Look, there's a lot we could talk about, but the guy we got to talk about, Jesse, is Patrik Laine. I mean, you saw him get that puck on that 5-on-3, and you knew what he was going to do, and he ripped it. And guess what? I got a slow-mo replay for you guys again. We're going to replay this a couple times. You had the slow-mo replay of the last one. Look at this one, too. You can't place it any better. If you go back and rewatch this, this goes perfectly in the top corner. Now, he benefits from the defender not having a stick, but Jesse, this is just getting ridiculous right now. Unfortunately, we don't have a Laine animation, but right now, this whole team looks different with Laine. That goal scoring that he is bringing, seemingly bringing a level of confidence to everyone else on the team. And I know there's other circumstances like Suzuki and Caufield being fired up about not making the Four Nations, Monty making it and turning into a great game, who we'll talk about a bit later. But Patrik Laine, the effect he's had on the game, the positivity that he is bringing, the mentality and the energy that's coming to the Bell Center thanks to him has changed the way this team has looked in a drastic way.
We are not winning this game today without Patrik Laine in this lineup. And again, that is that Laine effect there, as we're looking for that elusive second goal, basically all that second period, right? Because we got that 1-goal lead, but we want that separation. It's been hard for the Montreal Canadiens once they get the lead to really kind of flex their muscles and really kind of protect it and kind of pad it. It wasn't until, Patrik Laine's in the lineup there in that third period, getting that goal, that is really the difference, right? Getting a little bit more of that padding, because got to feel in the close game, unless we're getting that second goal, very high chance the way that the Preds were pressing in the third, that ends up becoming a 1-1 game. And you don't know where it goes. This is a young team. They're fragile. You don't know where that's going from there. So again, Laine coming in, getting that goal that they really need so much while making that power play look incredibly dangerous, which I think is so important for other teams to respect us around the league. Is just tremendous to see, Josh.
It's lethal, this power play right now. Like, we thought it was good before, but Caufield really was that main shooting threat. We were hoping maybe Slaf could turn into one. He hasn't quite yet. He's been playing a great net front role, has had a lot of screens that maybe could be counted as assists in some way this season, but having Laine there, like, when the Habs get a power play, I'm like, all right, let's see what Hutson and Patrik Laine can do, because I'm expecting a goal. Like, you're just expecting it. That's not something I felt in years. So it's amazing to have him here. But can I also point something out, Jesse, in terms of ice time? This guy's second game back, a guy who has barely played at all for a couple of years, he was the Habs leader in terms of forwards in ice time until the final minute of the game, because Christian Dvorak played basically that whole stretch with the net empty. So Dvorak actually ended up passing him, playing 17 minutes, 24 seconds. But Laine played more than every other forward. He played more than Suzuki, more than Slaf, more than Caufield, more than everyone on the team except for Dvorak, who was out there for 5 minutes and 16 seconds shorthanded. That, to me, is insane. The fact that this guy, who maybe had questions about his endurance, was basically our leading forward in terms of ice time.
Yeah, absolutely. Laying the body as well. Yeah. And I think there's some good indicators for Laine of having some Laine of having some future kind of success here. It's just, the way he's staying so even keeled, even after scoring these big goals. Like, yeah, I've been there before. I'm going to get more. So just kind of getting those Terminator lethal type of vibes from him really early on, which is just so amazing. Again, it's not only the shot, but it's the placement of where he's kind of releasing this from that just makes it so hard for the best of the goalies in the NHL to really stop. But Josh, you'd have to say we had one of the very best, in our humble opinion, here in our net tonight.
Oh my gosh, Samuel Montembeault. We got to get a bunch of animations for these kind of guys. But back-to-back games since being named to Team Canada, at least it was rumored before, but now it's officially official, but he knew before anyway. 29 save shutout and a lot of crucial saves, Jesse. Like, there were saves in this game that, like, he might not have made on an off night today, but this guy's been absolutely locked in. 29 saves. Like, there's a lot we got to get into as well, like Hutson, but we got to give the shout out to Sam Montembeault, because this guy over the past like little while, he's looked like one of the better goalies in the league, and we know he's able to have those kind of hot stretches, and tonight was no exception. I mean, Nashville, while their offense and especially their power play definitely did not look good, they did look like a team that's now on a 6-game losing streak. Monty made some crucial saves, and the only puck that got past him was kicked in by Nyquist or pushed in after the whistle. So this guy really was in their heads.
Yeah, he definitely did, and again, on the day of it becoming official, this, with all the haters that Montembeault's had being on the waivers, to get that shutout, not just be named on Team Canada, and then I'm going to go out tonight, I'm going to get the shutout the game before, just have that standout type of game. It's just amazing to see, that consistency. Of course, we're getting him a little bit more of that support, which I think is amazing as well, which Laine, again, is that effect, which can help Montembeault very much in his game as well, which is so needed. And I think that really what's contributing early to the success for Laine, we have to say, is Lane Hutson. Like, Josh, are you getting vibes of like some early chemistry between these two players?
Oh, we saw that in the preseason, baby. I mean, I just noticed Lane's eyes are really not level in that Lane train animation. I don't know if that's my fault, but now I can't unsee it. Sorry, Lane. But no, we saw that in the preseason, and we knew that was going to come this year. I mean, Lane Hutson didn't even play that much. He was the least used defenseman, but he played 4 full minutes almost of power play time. Like, he was out there for every second of Habs power plays almost. Like, it was crazy. And still, like, getting an assist now, Jesse, Lane Hutson on a 5-game point streak with 6 points in those last 5 games, up to 17 assists on the season. Still no goals, but it's going to come. I mean, he's getting chance after chance. This guy, look, we got 1 or 2 more things to get into before this video ends, but my gosh, Lane Hutson has been, I'm going to play it one more time, unreal. The Lane train keeps rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. So nice to see him on the PP1, and he's having that success as a result, which is so nice to see right away. So again, these elite players, they're teaming together, really make some special things happen for the Montreal Canadiens.
Final couple things here. Josh Anderson, I thought, had another good game. Joel Armia, awesome to see him, of course, after being named to Team Finland, getting that empty netter. He worked his butt off all night, only his 3rd of the season, first in like 15 games or something, I think. But the other guy I did want to mention, I mean, there's a lot of guys we could mention. A lot of guys had good games. But I want to talk about Mike Matheson, who, again, tonight played incredibly well. He only got 46 seconds of power play time. He's been bumped off that PP1. But, Jesse, he played 28 minutes and 17 seconds tonight. 8 minutes and 52 seconds shorthanded. 8 minutes and 52 seconds shorthanded tonight. That is one of the most absurd numbers I've ever seen. And this guy just like, you know what? Fine, I'm not on the first power play. Let me be our best penalty killer. And he sure looked like it tonight. This guy, Mike Matheson, is reinventing himself. He had a couple breakouts off the PK as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes also it's good when sometimes we don't notice defensemen as much at the right moments, and then sometimes when they just kind of blend. And Mike Matheson did a great job of that tonight, obviously logging a lot of ice time. The PK was absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, Evans capitalizing on that in the first. But really in the third, we started to get into trouble of taking the 2 main penalties. Xhekaj maybe can take another one. I think that's something they keep an eye on. We don't want.
He got baited.
Yeah, he totally did. But Jake Evans and company, Armia again there to bail them out. Armia getting that redemption. I think he had about 3 cracks in that empty netter before he finally got that. So well deserved. Again, we don't want to have to rely on our PK, but again, our PP and our penalty kill right now are showing some very positive things for us.
After the first PK tonight, Montreal was number 1 in the league at home penalty kill percentage. That only went up as they killed off, I think, another 3, 4, 5 penalties. Also, again, I'm just going to play this one more time just so we can show Jake Evans again. Hard to get to everyone in this video because it's so long, but my gosh, Jake Evans, this guy has been so good. Another 1 goal, 1 assist. He's going to be very highly coveted at the trade deadline, Jesse. There's so much we could have talked about. There's so much we probably missed, but I want to hear your guys' comments down below because this video can't go too long. That'll do it for this episode of Habs Digest. Jam-packed. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate the support. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host, Jesse Poirier. We'll catch you in the next one.